Dear friends, welcome again into yet another video lesson. And it is a continuation of the chapter Forms of Business Organization. And today, in this lesson, you are going to learn more about what are the important documents needed for the registration of a company. So, first of all, we have to learn. Already, we have learned in a summarized manner what are the different documents. So the first important document needed for the registration is Memorandum of Association. Memorandum of Association. It includes different clauses, different sections, which explains the details regarding the company, such as its name, capital, place where it is located, like that. That is why it is known as a charter or Magna Carta of the company. Magna Carta of the company. So remember the term. The document which is known as Magna Carta of the company is Memorandum of Association, and it explains the company's objects, capital needed, and what is the power of the company, what is the nature of business undertaken by them, etc. So we are going to learn more about what is Memorandum of Association. It is very essential. You just look at the format of a Memorandum of Association. It includes more details. Okay, so let us look at what are the details regarding the memorandum. A memorandum of association. A memorandum of association includes different clauses. Clause means subsections. So the first clause is name clause, where the name of the company is listed. Domicile clause or situation clause, where the place of the company is listed. Objective clause, where the objectives of the business listed. Liability clause, where the liability of the shareholders or directors is listed. Capital clause, where the amount of capital or initial investment is listed, like so association clause or suspension clause is also there. It is related to issue of share or dependent, like. So the first one is name clause. The name of the company must be stated in the clause. Why? Because we need a suitable name for the company. The name should not be identical with or similar to the name of an existing company. The name selected must not suggest any connection with or association or patronage of a national hero. So the name always must be a different one. When we select a suitable name for the company, we have to go through these type of criteria. It must be different from other companies, and it must not suggest any connection with or association or patronage of a national hero like Gandhiji, Jawaharlal Nehru, like that. These restrictions are imposed to avoid confusion in the mind of the public. Sometimes private company registered with these type of national heroes name, they will feel that the general public will feel that it is a public company. So the name is very important. Every public company, they have to add limited, the term limited at the end of the company's name. At the end of the company's name. Air India Limited is one example. Lot of examples are there. Just go through the Google and find out that type of company. And private company, they will mention after their name, after the company's name, they will mention P. Dot Limited, private limited. So that is regarding name class, a part of the memorandum of association where the name of the company is stated. And the next one is domicile class. Domicile class. This class specifies the name of the state where the registered office of the company is situated. Where the registered office, the headquarters, maybe a headquarters of the company is situated. The class determines, it helps to determine the jurisdiction of the registrar of joint stock company. In Kerala, there will be one particular registrar for registering companies in the which are located in India, which are started in Kerala. So the registrar, he has the ability to fix the jurisdiction of the company, the particular locality of the company very easily from the domicile class listed in the memorandum of association. And they have to submit the full address regarding the company in front of the registrar within the 30 days of incorporation of the company. Sometimes some people will change the place of business after registration, but it must be informed to the registrar within 30 days of incorporation. And object class, it is specifies object of the company. What is the business purpose of the company? It indicates the extent of the company's power and spheres of its activities. The object class helps or informs the shareholders what kind of business they are going to undertake. And it helps the shareholders or any other stakeholders to know what are the different activities undertaken by the company where they have invested money. So, objective class, it just specifies about what is the objective, what is the purpose of starting such a company. And next one is liability class. In this section, it will be clearly specified what is the liability of members, shareholders, whether it is limited by shares or limited by guarantee. Two forms are there. Limited by shares means limited by the share. That means the liability of the company will be limited to the number of shares taken by the particular share. So remember, it will be mentioned in the liability clause. So in liability clause, it expresses the limit up to which a shareholder have to share the liability of the company. And in the next capital clause, it states what is the initial amount of investment in the starting of the company. And it is known as registered capital or authorized capital or nominal capital. And it explains the maximum limit of capital that can be issued to the public. It will be clearly stated in capital clause. And what will be the value of share or the number of shares should be also stated in the capital clause, which will be issued to the public. So a portion of the authorized capital can be issued to the public as issued capital, and the number of shares, its price per share will be explained in capital clause of the company. And another important clause related to the capital clause is, it is a continuation of capital clause, that is association or subscription clause. Association or subscription clause. And actually it is not as, it is only a subsection of capital clause. It is in the form of a declaration. It is in the form of a declaration which states the subscribers express their willingness and agreement to form a company. They are willing to start the company by contributing their amount. It will be clearly expressed in the form of a declaration in the association or subscription clause. So it will happen only after the issue of shares. So remember, these are the different clauses or subsections in the memorandum of association, very important document related to company formation. And the next one is articles of association. Articles of association. In memorandum, it includes the whole details regarding the company, but in articles of association, it explains about the rules and regulations to be followed by the members or parties related to the company. So just remember, the articles are to be filled with the registrar to get the company registered. It contains the rules and regulations for internal management and administration of the company. So all the members from the top to bottom, they have to obey the rules and regulations framed in the articles of association. So remember, it includes a lot of things. We are going to watch what are the items coming under the articles of association. So it includes the share capital and its subdivision into different classes, the right of different classes of shareholders, then allotment of shares by directors. So, actually, it explains the rules to be followed in all these aspects. The procedure for making calls on shares. Calls means collecting the amount in different installments. It's transfer, transmission, when the shares will be forfeited. Sometimes the shareholders will make arrear. At that time, the shares will be forfeited and reissued. Then surrender of shares, and what is the minimum subscription amount collected from the public at the time of receiving application. Then issue of share certificate and share warrants to the shareholders when it is to be issued. Okay, so companies lean on shares, then alteration of capital, conversion of shares into stock. Lot of another details are there. Just look at the next few items coming under articles of association. Borrowing power of the company. What is the maximum borrowing power of the company from the public? Then how to conduct the meeting of shareholders and the board of directors, and the number of appointments, remuneration, then power and duties of directors. What is the number of directors needed? How to appoint them? What is the remuneration for the directors, etc. Then how to appoint the manager, managing director, secretary, and what is the amount of dividend to be issued, and what is the percentage of reserve fund for different reserves, then how to maintain the books of accounts and their audit, how to complete the audit, then execution or adoption of preliminary contracts with the outsiders or third party, then what is the structure of common seal of the company, the official signature of the company, and what are the different formalities needed in the winding up of a company. Also, some more contents are there. So all these will be listed in the articles of association. So articles of association explains regarding the rules and regulations to be followed in the company. Sometimes the company will follow, instead of articles of association, they will follow table A. As per the Companies Act, they will follow table A instead of the articles of association. Table A explains the rules and regulations to be followed by the company. How it is different from articles of association? A company, maybe a private or public, they can frame their own rules and regulations. They have to get permission from the registrar to be followed. Otherwise, they can follow the rules and regulations already framed by the Companies Act in Table A. They can follow articles of association or Table A for the running of the organization. So remember what is Table A. The Companies Act gives Table A containing the rules and regulations relating to the management of the company. And it is as per the section 26 of the Companies Act. Registration of article is not compulsory for the public limited company. So no need to prepare public limited company Table A. They can follow, sorry, they can create, no need to create articles of association, but they can follow the Table A. Then what is prospectus? Yet another important document needed for the collection of capital. Prospectus. It includes all the details regarding the company, its affairs and future prospects. Actually, it is an invitation to the public for collecting their shares, company's shares. A document prepared to invite the public for issuing shares to the public. So remember, a copy of this prospectus must be given to the registrar before it must be issued to the public. So without getting permission from the registrar, they can't issue, the company can't issue prospectus to the company. Lot of contents are included. Just read all the points, the main objective of the company. Actually, it is an invitation to the public. So it must include all the details like main objective of the company, the company's name and registered address of the company, name, address, occupation of the signatories of the memorandum, means of details of the directors, then name and class of shares issued. Class, normally different types of classes are there. classes are there, types of shares also there, equity and preference share. So it must be given in separate category. The details must be given in a separate category. The number of redeemable preference shares to be issued, the date of redemption notice, and the method of redemption. Redemption means repayment of the shares or debentures. The qualification shares, if any, of the directors. Also, a lot of more informations are there. Name, address, and description of directors, managing director, manager, the name and address of the promoters of the company and their remuneration, minimum subscription required for allotment of shares, amount payable on application and allotment of shares, information on listing of shares on a stock exchange, whether the company's name is listed in the stock exchange, then particulars of any option given to any person to subscribe for shares and debenture of the company. Specific time is given. Time opening and closing of the subscription list when they are when they are giving time for subscribing the public, then details of borrowing power of the company, particular of all contracts made, particular of shares or debenture issued or to be issued for consideration other than cash. When we purchase some asset, we will give shares or debentures to the vendor must be noted. Then particulars of property purchased, name of the vendor and the payment of purchase consideration, name of underwriters and details of underwriting agreement, name of auditors, banks and brokers. So a lot of details are there in the prospectus which shows the creditworthiness of the organization in front of the public to invite the shares. Sometimes the public company no need to prepare the prospectus. If they are in emergency, they can prepare a statement known as statement in lieu of prospectus for calling the public to subscribe their shares. So when a public company wants to raise capital of prospectus with the registrar at least 3 days before the first allotment of shares. So remember the concept, statement of lieu of prospectus, also table A, all these things are very important. So after all this process, the shares will be allotted to the public. When the shares are issued to the public, they will the company will get a minimum subscription. After that, they will issue the share to the public with a letter of allotment. So remember, minimum subscription amount must be collected at the time of receiving application. So it will be an asset for the organization. So minimum subscription is the amount, you have to remember, the amount collected by the public company when they allot shares. So we will learn the concept choice of form of business enterprise in the next lesson. Hope all these details are very clear. What are the important different documents to be prepared, like memorandum of association, articles of association, and prospectus, etc. So, thank you. Watch again all these concepts. Thank you.